Pete from Pete's Tackle. As you can see here, we got 6 baits here. I'm going to paint these up as little crappie today. This is a pattern that's worked very well for me over the last few years. This is a 1/4 ounce Z Viber is what they call it, and it is got some nice little beads in it. So it's got a nice rattle to it for ripping. So it's lipless crankbait. So in a 1/4 ounce, this is going to be painted up as a crappie. So stay tuned. We're going to be using Crappie opaque white for your primer coat. The next coat will be a pearlized pearl. On top of that, we'll have a very light satin gold Crappie. And then for your back, we're going to have a bright green Crappie transparent, and over the top of the back is that pearlized pearl, because all crappie have a little bit of pearlish color in the back, in this area right here in the back over the top corner. So it'll have just a faint amount of that in there. Those are our colors. We'll be reducing with 4012 high performance reducer. And then for our crappie spots will be a wicked black. So that's what we'll be using today. I'm using a Iwata HPCS airbrush. Really good in the industry. So let's get started. Let's put this stuff away. And the first coat will be a primer. I'll do one and then I'll go and do the rest, and then I'll come back and do the next steps and the heat sets on this, so you can see each one of the steps. I'm not going to go through all of them. It takes a little bit of time. So and I forgot, sorry, I forgot, I'm using a stencil here. Picked it up off Amazon, and it will be the stencil, the organic stencil from FX Textures. So, and I picked that up off of Amazon. So it makes a really good crappie spot. So this is the spot where I'll be using here today. I may use a little bit in here also for the texturing of the spots. So with that, we're going to start airbrushing. I'm going to mix up some white here. You don't need a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of surface area on these. And then we're going to thin it out with the reducer here, and then I come in with my little stir stick, and it just spins in there and works really good. Just made out of a paper clip, gets it all nice and milky. So with that, here we go. There we go. Had a plug in it. Alright. And then I'll do one heat set for you so you can see how we heat set it. I use my airbrush on high. So that's the heat setting. Not an airbrush, a hair dryer. Alright, folks, that's the heat set, and I will get back to you when the next ones are all primed and ready to go. Alright, folks, we got our airbrush filled with pearlized pearl. We're getting ready to shoot this one, and we'll do the whole body with a pearlized pearl, white pearl. And I got my air gun set at 20 psi. Alright, that's your pearlized pearl, and I will be back to you after I heat set it and paint the rest of these pearlized pearl. Alright, be right back with you. Folks, we're back again. I got my gun filled up with bright green Cretex. Clear it out, get the air going through it, and I'm going to cut this down to about 15 pounds of pressure. Don't want a heavy coat of green on there, so we're going to come through about this area right here. And it looks pretty bright right now, but once I put the purple in there and the black, it'll balance out. So that is the bright green, just a light layer. We want the pearlized to still come through of the pearl white, so that's where we're at. A little bit on this top fin. Alright, we'll get the rest of them done, and then I'll be back with you after they're heat set and on to the next step. So I got my pearlized pearl in for the next layer, and that's going to go across the top here and just a little bit across the back. So, and we got our pressure set down pretty low. Not much of this pearl goes on there. So just follow that contour of the back, and that'll darken up that green here pretty soon. So just a little tiny bit of pearl on the back, and our next step will be the gold over the top. Well, no, the next step will be stenciling the black spots, the crappie spots on. So with that, and we'll get it air set. I talked to you about it in the beginning of the video, but I switched my mind. We're going to go with pearl black instead of the wicked black. So since we got a lot of pearl in this, and crappie have a lot of pearlescent colors to them, so we're going to shoot a little bit of this in there. And this you have to shoot just a tad bit of more pressure. Alright, I'm going to be shooting her at about 18 psi. I will knock my crappie down like this and check out where I want to use for my stencil. Yeah, right there. Alright, there's our crappie spots. Right there. So, and then we'll flip her over and do her on the other side. Oops, I forgot to wipe it off. That won't hurt. Them are crappie spots now. Alright, there we got our crappie spots. So she'll look pretty darn good now. She'll be crappieing out. So, alright folks, with that, we're going to go to the next step. I'll heat set these up, get these all done up, then we'll come by with the next step. I'm going to do a little tiny bit of black and then blacken the eyes on these. It'll darken them up just a bit. Just a little bit of. There she is with the stripes on her. Looks pretty good. So. Little black, pearl black across the top, just a tiny bit. There's a few ways to get crappie spots for a crappie pattern. This is just one of the most consistent ways I've found for me. So I like this. So I'll do it quick and then all right. Coming together, looking good. Alright folks, there she is. So, hey, I'm going to heat set all these and then come back to the next step. It'll be pearlized gold. That'll be the last step of the painting process. Then we go to putting eyes on and clear coat. So, with that, hey, I'll see you at the next segment. Alright folks, we're back. We're going to do a light pearlized gold over the top of these, and I shoot from far away. Gives it that gold hue that a crappie has. Alright, there she is. See that gold in there? Just changes with the light, just like a crappie. But a little bit more. There we go. And then she'll change up like a crappie does. Alright folks, next step, eyeballs. Step after that, clear coat. Alright, we got to pick our eyeballs. We got the crappie all golded up and everything. So next step is eyeballs, and I've chosen this gold one. I can get these eyeballs like this on Amazon. So they're about a 5mm eye right there. So I have to get in there and pop that eye up. There we go. And look at it and see how I want to put it. So I'm going to put the narrow to the front. So if you look at that, that looks big old eye like a crappie. I don't know where that came from. Something got on my finger. Wipe it off. Alright, we'll put the next eyeball on. So the narrow goes to the front, so look at that. Alright. So the narrow goes to the front. Narrow part of the pupil. There's our crappie. Next step will be epoxying. Hey folks, we're on our last step, the clear coat, and I'm using an epoxy, a 24-hour epoxy. It's awesome stuff, works great. Has no yellowing to it or anything, so it's really nice. It's made by Flex Coat. It is their rod, high build rod formula for putting on eyes and stuff. Really good stuff. So we're going to take, and we're going to do 1.5 ounces here. Let's get her all the way in there. Not ounces, milliliters. So you want to pull that in. Squirt it in your little mixing cup. Love this stuff. Take this like so. Take our lure out of there. And then I'll do the hardener real quick. So, got a little ahead of myself. That's always happens with me. So I put it in. These are made by Flex Coat too. You can get those online through Flex Coat. Put them on there, and then you got lots of control. So I'll do that first one, then I'll come back when they're going on the dryer. All right. So 1.5 milliliters of the hardener. I usually go 1 over. Seems like it gets harder better. So, and then I'll mix it up. Quick mix until it goes clear. You lose the yellow and it just kind of clears up, just goes like crystal clear. Then you know it's all mixed up nice and good. Nice and good. Is that a word? Nice and good. So we're going to get this stuff done. We're tired of pitter-patting around. So clean off your end of your brush as much as possible. These are disposable brushes. I get them at Walmart. I think 99 cents for 100 brushes. So I always get my brush in there, get her all full up. In long strokes. You want to do long strokes. Come around, just follow that body contour. So, long strokes. Make sure you get the back. All the little spots. Creases, you want a little bit of higher build on the creases. So, and that epoxy will seal in that eye, and you want to get around the hook eyes really good. So that's one of the last steps right there before I hook it and put all the parts on it. So there she is, your little crappie. Alright folks, thank you for tuning in to Pete's Tackle Shop. Go down there and hit that subscribe button. When that subscribe button is hit, you'll get a notification bell. Hit that notification bell. If you like these videos, go ahead, leave comments what you'd like to see. I mean, I make all sorts of tackle, from fly tying to crankbaits, custom painted crankbaits, to custom jigs, all sorts of stuff. I have my own personal line of stuff that I do continuously. So go check us out, and go to Pete'sTackleShop.com. You won't be missing it. You'll love the product that's in there. All right, folks, you have a wonderful day, and keep coming back to Pete's Tackle Shop YouTube page. We sure enjoy seeing you. All right, thank you, folks. Bye bye.